Hello, everyone, and welcome to our next tier list for Tier List Tuesday. We're going to be talking about what we think are the top 5 coolest models in the game. No personal bias at all.
Nope, these are objective facts, and if you disagree with them, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're just wrong.
You know, you can let us know in the comments below which models you think are the coolest, but sorry, you're objectively incorrect.
Yeah, we have a complicated metric system that Jack and I designed beforehand about all of the great aspects of all these models and why they are objectively the best.
Yep.
But before we do, remember to like, comment, subscribe, argue with us about what your actual favorite model is. We're more than happy to see them. Post the pictures in our Discord. In order to get into the Discord, you can join the War Room. You can check out the 3-day free trial at the warroom.vhx.tv. We have lots of content, lots of shots, including many of these models that we're actually talking about right now. And then we have lots of high-level 40k strategy as well.
Yeah, using a lot of these models. We considered putting the Silent King on this list, and then we struck that idea down because we hate Necrons.
We hate Necrons here.
That's right.
Especially me and Jack.
Especially
us. We are the Necron haters, so he didn't make the list today. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, he's not here.
The Army Painter is my favorite hobby company in the entire world. My desk is literally full of Army Painter products, and it takes me from being an average painter to putting above tabletop standard models out into the tournament scene. Not only that, but the Army Painter has sponsored more competitive play than any other hobby company in the industry. They allow us to keep doing the things that we do. If you enjoy the Army Painter as much as I do, head over to thearmypainter.com where you can use the discount code ARTWAR5 to get a discount on your next order.
So number 5, the Demon Prince kit.
Dude, the Demon Prince kit is so cool. They really knocked this one out of the park.
I actually 100% agree. My favorite part about the new Demon Prince kit is the customization between the gods. The old one was just yeah. I used to love that kit. Because I don't know, he was just so derpy in some way. Yeah, the old guy. I used to really like him. And then the new one came out and I was like, wow, this is just everything the Demon Prince was always supposed to be, though. Yep. And he's big.
They didn't scale him up to Fate Weaver also used to be about that size. Mm-hmm. I had an old Fate Weaver. I love that little guy. But now Fate Weaver large. Yeah. And Demon Prince was a small little guy, the same size as Fate Weaver. And they didn't make him large. They made a monster that's mid-size. And that's super cool, actually. A ton of detail on the kit.
Lots of detail.
Lots of different ways you can assemble the model. You can assemble it for AOS. You can assemble it for 40k. You can assemble it with claws, an axe, a sword.
Some god markings.
God markings on the shoulders.
Different
you can assemble
heads.
it with different armor pieces. There's a full different armor set for AOS versus 40k, and you can use the AOS in 40k. It has options for a backpack. It has options for trophy racks. It has options for wings that Michael keeps reminding me is objectively cooler.
The wings are way cooler.
Okay, but the Foot World Eaters Prince is my favorite model right now, so
the wings are way
calm down. It's my favorite unit to play, single model to play on the board right now, so it's objectively it's cooler. So you can really customize and make sure that your Demon Prince doesn't look exactly like your friend's Demon Prince, and that's pretty huge. The weapons make a pretty big impact on how the model looks on profile.
And what's also nice too is this is actually a nice kit bashable kit.
Yeah.
You can take the weapons out and put them on other stuff. You can put different weapons on it. For instance, I actually broke one of my Scarbrand axes, so I took the Demon Prince axe and I put it on Scarbrand. Let's move on to number 4.
We've got the Avatar of Khaine.
There are some beautiful Avatar of Khaines in the world.
And I'm very proud of my Avatar of Khaine. I don't paint very many models well. I usually get frustrated and give up. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I'm not a great painter. I can do good work if I take a long time. I'm very bad about staying on task.
Yeah.
So there's only 2 models that I've painted to a level where I'd be if you come over to my house, I'd be
Yeah, look at this.
And the Avatar's one of them, and something later on the list is the other one.
Cool.
And I just love the little guy. You can give him a sword, you can give him an axe, you can give him a spear.
That's right. I forgot he actually is quite customizable as well.
Spear is objectively correct. It's the coolest one.
It's the one I see the most.
You can give him different heads. There's different ones with a helm. There's one that doesn't have a helm, if you want to do that. Unlike the Demon Prince, some of these options are just cooler than others. He's just holding up a bloody fist. He's got lava cracks running through him. He's a big model. He looks powerful. He comes with his own little display base kit.
Yeah,
thing.
he does actually. There's like a lot of cool things about this kit. I also love all the different ways I've seen him done. Like I've seen the full lava. I've seen more like magical kind of coloration going on. And every time you see him on the table, he's actually genuinely menacing, right?
Yes.
Like you don't look at the Avatar Kane and like you look at that guy and be like, looks like a chump.
No,
Like
no,
someone can walk up to a table that knows nothing about Warhammer. They look at the Avatar of Kane and they're like, wow, that guy definitely slams.
That dude bangs.
Yeah, that guy bangs 100% of the shots. So yeah, I really love the Avatar of Kane. I think they did a really good job, and I think the most recent Eldar sculpts also look really good.
Yeah, contender for this was like
Baharov,
Lycus.
Lycus is great.
Fugan is like the second, third swaggiest infantry looking model in the game. I had to put some qualifiers there. You'll see it later.
Right. Once again, not biased.
Not biased. But that dude just got aura, all right?
I like him a lot, and his banner looks really good. We have a gorgeously painted Fugan for the house. I love him a lot.
Yeah,
He's really cool.
For sure. I just got one for myself, so I can get frustrated painting another model and
great.
eventually finish it.
You know, Jack, we can work on this.
It's been a long time, buddy. I think if it's gotten fixed, it would have gotten fixed.
Everybody
by
just
now.
needs to at you in the Discord and then
right.
look for progress pics.
That's, oh God.
Everybody should at Jack for progress pictures.
I'm working on Eldar right now. Please don't do this, but it might help.
I think let's move on to number 3 then.
Number 3, actually my favorite model in the entire game, partly because of personal preference and partly because this is legitimately the nicest model I have ever put paint on. Helbrecht.
I do like Helbrecht.
What's nice about Helbrecht is he's not just a dude. He's like a diorama, which a lot of these aren't, right? A lot of these are the guy and then maybe something they're standing on. But he's a diorama. He's got an orc he's killing. He's got 2 attendants who are attending to him currently as things are going on. He's got a sword planted. One of them's holding his gun that they're going to hand to him when he starts shooting. Dude, swag. Also, you can give him the helmet, and you should give him the helmet because it's got that Crusader like flat topped helmet.
The Crusader
across.
vibe is sick.
Dude is peak. All right.
Yeah, when I remember seeing the Helbrecht model, and before my Space Wolf journey in life, I hated all Space Marines. But I saw the new Templar stuff, and I was like, man, that is a really cool looking guy. And if you can tempt me, that means it's a good model.
You look at him, and you get the same look as out of Logan. Looks like he's got this big diorama around him almost.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing where it's a dude in a setting and just aura, man. Just pure aura. Art of War got one Helbrecht. We got one Helbrecht a while back.
Was there a fight?
I took it.
Okay, you just
I took
won.
it,
You
and
just
usually
won.
what happens if I take a model to paint it up is it doesn't happen for reasons we talked about in the past. Helbrecht got painted again. Very proud of this dude. If you want pics of my Helbrecht, you can. I'll send them to you. I'll send them everywhere. I love that dude.
Helbrecht
Okay.
picks.
As many as you want. As many as you want.
Number 2 is going to be Fulgrim.
Fulgrim is a very new kit. Newest one on this list by a decent amount. And he looks amazing. I mean, all of the Demon Primarchs look really good. Magnus is showing his age a little bit.
Yeah, he's definitely the oldest looking of all the Primarchs, especially because Angron and Fulgrim are the 2 modern ones, and they have such incredible detail on them, whereas like Magnus's armor is a little boring in comparison.
Angron probably would have argued first place on this list, but Fulgrim is much newer and much more dynamically posed, which I think is very helpful for him. It's just a big, beautiful model.
The subtle details on this model are like really incredible. Like there's the flayed flesh that's like stitched up in a bunch of different places, the little trophies all over Fulgrim's model. The wings are maybe the weakest part of this model. I do wish his wings looked a little cooler. They look a little small, I think.
Yeah, Angron's wings also kind of stick straight up and look like he's not using them. If they were like out more, the model would be worse to play with.
Yeah.
So I'm happy it is how it is.
Yeah.
But you kind of got that little wing weakness going.
Yeah. And I have like a weakness for like the snake style that Fulgrim's in. The winged snake is sick.
It's pretty cool, and his pose is phenomenal.
Yeah, he looks very menacing. Looks super scary. Like, I don't know. There's just so many little things and so much time you could put into a Fulgrim to like make the whole landscape of him just look incredible, right?
But a model that is significantly smaller, but I think much cooler than Fulgrim.
What's that, Jack?
Our number 1 on the list, the Lion.
This guy's gorgeous.
This guy is beautiful and kind of in a subtle way. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing that's particularly like, oh my god. It's just the posing is on point.
Yeah. The helmets look great.
The winged helmet is like objectively correct.
The coolest shield in the game.
Correct.
It is the shield of the Emperor.
Correct. Yes. He has like his sword, right? That sword looks like it would just mess you up. His posing is perfect. He's walking forward. He doesn't care what you're about. You know, he's going to kill you. He's focused on you. He's got the little doohickeys, little dudes running around.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
holding
them.
the sword and whatnot. Yeah.
The thing I like the most about this is genuinely, if you like took a portrait of him and made like a gorgeous oil painting and put it in a museum, it just would look like it belongs. He just looks that clean. It's just such a beautiful flow, and the cloak is so nice. He's just like, that is a knight. You know, like you look at him and you're like, wow, this is like a hero. He looks so virtuous, so handsome, so cool. I love the lion, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you compare him to like Guilliman, and Guilliman's posing is cool.
He just looks blocky.
He looks a little blocky. He looks like he's standing, not really like doing anything. He's just kind of posed.
Yeah.
The lion looks like he's walking to beat some ass. Like he's going forward and he's gonna kick some.
I want to see like a cool animation of the lion, like cloak flowing in the wind, sword out. I feel like he could look really sick. I'm like a big high fantasy guy, and like any army in 40k that looks like kind of close to AOS, Lion's getting there. He just has like some slightly sci-fi aesthetic.
For sure. But those were our top 5 models in the game. If you have your own inferior opinions,
Definitely
let
not
us know.
objective like us.
Of course. Let us know in the comments down below. And if you want to see high-level gameplay with those models on the table, you can check out the War Room at thewarroom.vhx.tv. Bit of a mouthful, but it's down in the description below. There's a free 3-day trial, so you can sign up. You can check out all of our content and stick around.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And then check out next week's tier list. We're going to have kind of an exciting one.
Next week, we're going to be going over the top 10 units in the game. Not just how pretty they are, but how good they are.
Yes. And it's going to be pretty contentious. There's a lot of really good stuff in the game right now.
Absolutely. So thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.